Hello there, you beautiful people. This is a simulation for black body radiation, and this we are going to use in our sheet for a very long time. So let us understand how to use this simulation and how it is going to help us. First thing that you should observe right here is the graph. The graph has two axes as always. This is the y-axis. On y-axis, you have spectral power density. What spectral power density is? If you take any object that is having a definite temperature, it will always release some energy. And this energy, if you take released in 1 second, that is per unit time, and that too from a 1 meter square area. This is called as spectral power density. On the x-axis, you have something called as wavelength. I'm pretty sure you might be knowing it. If you do not know, it is just the length of a wave. Or technically defining it as, it would become distance between two consecutive crests or a trough. On the right hand side here, you can see you have the temperature bar. This bar you can easily move up, and then you can see how the pattern of wavelength and density is changing, or you can move it down so that you can see how it changes when the temperature decreases. For our initial calculations, we'll keep it at 5800 Kelvin right here so that we can check the properties of a sun. Now to use this graph more effectively, there are few additional tools, and these are turning on the values of graph. In here now you can see that I can get the values of spectral power density as well as the wavelength whenever I want. So I am right here. Now you can see corresponding to this value, this is my wavelength 1.272. It is in micrometers, which stands for 10 power minus 6 meters, or you can also write 1 micrometer as 1000 nanometers. And on the y-axis, this value is quite clear to you, 18.64 spectral power density, and it will only have a value between 0 to 100. After this, there's one more tool called as labels. Now, the moment you turn on labels, you would be able to see that right here you get three alphabets, three words: infrared, visible, and ultraviolets. Now, since graph values is on as well as the labels is on, you can move the graph point and you can see that this white point, particularly right here, is lying in the infrared region. If you come here, now this lies under visible region, and if you bring the white point here, now it lies under the ultraviolet region. So you can identify that the wavelength that is being emitted, is it under ultraviolet, is it under visible, or is it under infrared? If at all you have little doubt that where exactly or what the values are, you can also zoom in by using this plus zoom in operation, or you can zoom out by using this minus button. So that would be it. I hope you will use all these simulations effectively for giving correct answers. That's it. Bye bye.